name is Timur Terry. As you can tell, I'm not from here, and you can probably make that assumption just from by the way I look. I'm from Daytona Beach, Florida, and football is ultimately how I ended up in Alabama. I believe that I'm a very determined individual, and my journey here since graduating high school is what made me learn a lot about who I am as a person. There are things I've been through and people I've met that helped me handle all the little things that happen to me now that didn't seem so little 3 years ago. Ever since I was a little boy, I had a pretty good idea of what was important to me and what I wanted to be good at. Fortunately for me, I had a knack for playing sports, and it was just something that came naturally. Due to my competitive nature, I played as many sports as I could and wanted to be the best at all of them. I started playing flag football around 5 years old, and it was fun because it was like at that age it was natural, so I either wanted to chase somebody or get chased in recess anyway. But it wasn't until I started playing tackle football 2 years later, and that I really fell in love with the game. The contact that was added to the game when I was 7 was when I really took football and ran with it. By the time I was in high school, I was addicted to the feeling of making plays, and it was something that I guess at that age, I just couldn't get enough of, like the adrenaline and stuff. Once I started to get recruited, it seemed like everything was in my reach, and in a big way it was, but I was really busy, well, too busy my senior year just skipping school with my girlfriend and stuff, so I was really never in class, and I just figured I just would make it happen with my grades. So I ended up going into junior college. I graduated high school and I flew to New Jersey to play football to transfer after a few seasons there. That's when reality hit me and I realized I needed to work hard and I had to redo the recruiting process all over again. And I couldn't stop thinking about where I should have been and realizing like I did this to myself. So it helped me mature a lot, for the most part. So I had a great season as I expected, and I went back home, and then I met up with my high school girlfriend. And I couldn't tell you why I did this or how I ended up in this place, but somehow she talked me into moving to New Orleans. So there I was just working in New Orleans at Dick's Sporting Goods and living with my girlfriend. So after like very little thought, because I kind of had this in my mind the whole time, I was like, I have to play again. So I knew I eventually would, but I don't know why moving to New Orleans, I thought that would help me do that at all, but I did anyway. And so at this point I knew when I was in New Orleans I'd have to go to junior college. So I knew I didn't want to go back to New Jersey, even though it was fun, but like that just wasn't the place for me. So I decided to move to California and play there. And this is easily one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because California is everything everybody makes it out to be and more. It was really like just the place for me. I just fit in very well. I would consider that to be my home away from home. But I was there for a couple years, and then once I started getting recruited again, I later learned that when I moved to New Orleans, I took a year off school, so I messed up my credits and stuff with my eligibility. So the majority of the schools recruited me just said, go back to junior college and then make up your credits and just finish and transfer later. But then JSU called and they said just to come immediately and practice and just make up my credits here, so that's what I did. And all of this up and down the road football has taken me on, has taught me a lot. I had a lot of growing up to do, but I finally made it to where I'm going to be for a while. And every day people ask me how I ended up in Jacksonville, Alabama from California. And instead of explaining my random journey here, I just answer with football.